Welcome to Electrical Engineering with Excel. This video is about the development and use of an Excel user-defined function that takes in a number and returns the closest E-series component value. A couple years ago, I developed a video about the same idea, but it has fallen short of my expectations. One, because the way it determined the closest value was with formulas and not a search. This resulted in negligible errors when using the high series, like E48 and higher, but the method resulted in more significant errors with the lower series. This was mostly due to the lower series having numbers that were not mathematically consistent with their associated geometric progression. I recently made a new video on better understanding the E-series math. First time around, I didn't explain the math very well. I highly recommend you watch this video to understand the math we will use here if you're not familiar with it. I'll try to explain what was not so good about the other method I used. The E-series numbers use a geometric progression with the base ratio r raised to the power of n. This result is rounded to one or two trailing digits, depending on the series number. What I did was work backwards, solving for the closest n for a given input of Vn. Going through the math gives us this, the log of the input value over the log of the base ratio. Let's find n for a value of 1.522. That comes out to 17.5188 rounded. Since that is closer to 18 than 17, the result from a round function is 18. Here it is, the 18th value in the series. This actually yields n that is logarithmically closest to the input value. Halfway between 1.50 and 1.54 is 1.52. Using an n of 17.5 yields 1.528. That's close, but not 1.52. This only represents a 0.5% error. But the lower series is not only more coarsely spread, but has numerous exceptions to the purely mathematical result. Here's the E12 series halfway between 2.2 and the fourth number in the series, and 2.6, the fifth number in the series, is 2.4. The calculated result using an n of 4.5 gives us 2.371. There, between 2.4 and 2.371 is 1.2%, but the fifth value in the series, by exception, is 2.7. Halfway between 2.2 and 2.7 is 2.45. The difference between 2.45 and 2.371 is 3.3%. The exceptions were not encompassed in the calculations, but we're going to fix that here. The new method compares the scaled input to every value in the series to determine the closest match. There is one other thing to consider. Imagine an input value of 9.9. We need to bring in the number 10, which would be number 1 in the next higher series. 9.9 is closer to 10. The code will have arrays with all the numbers of the corresponding series plus 10 at the end. In this case, the E24 series would have 25 values, the standard E24 numbers, with a 10 at the end. A search through all the numbers will return a 10 if the input value is closer to 10 than 9.1. Another part of the previous user-defined function that was not so good was the argument for the selected series. The argument was an integer between 1 and 7. It required you to memorize the argument number associated with the desired series, like 3 for the E12 series, or 7 for the E192 series. This new E-series function will utilize meaningful E-series arguments. The text of the series, even if the user is too lazy to capitalize the E, also the percent tolerance associated with the series. An input of the number 0.4 formatted to percent like this can be used as an argument. Also, a text version of 40% will be interpreted as the E3 series. The integers 1 through 7 will also be interpreted, so the code will be backward compatible with the older version. Here are some valid arguments. If you just want to copy the code in the description of this video and use it, feel free to. I thought that most of you would like an explanation of the VBA code and the associated math. One math problem we need to solve is getting the base number of the value that was inputted. The E-series numbers range between 1 and below 10. Let's say we have an input value of 12,568 ohms. We need the base number of that to search through the series with, which would be 1.2568. We can do that with the properties of logarithms. The log base 10 of 10,000 is 4. The log base 10 of 100,000 is 5. So the log base 10 of 12,568 will be between 4 and 5, which comes out to 4.099 rounded. What I'm calling the input power of 10 is the integer value of 4.099, which is 4. Scaled input is the input value divided by 10 to the power of the input power of 10, which is 1.2568. After the closest E-series number is found, we need to scale it back to the original input magnitude. The closest E-series value to 1.2568 is 1.27. We will then set the function return value equal to the closest scaled value times 10 raised to the power of the input power of 10. 1.27 times 10 to the fourth is 12,700. One other math problem we need to address is the fact that Visual Basic for Applications log function is base E. log of a number is base E. The base E log would typically be ln for natural logarithms. We need to utilize the base 10 log function. We can use the logarithm base change rule. In our case, the log base 10 of x equals the log base E of x over the log base E of 10. In the case of the input power of 10 calculation, we take the integer of the log base E of the input value over the log base E of 10. All right, let's code this thing up. The function is E-series. The first argument is the input value, which is a double. As I stated in a recent shorts video, don't ever use singles in today's world of computers. The second argument is the selected series. Its data type needs to be set as a variant, since the argument input may include text or numbers. The argument is optional with a default value of 6, which is for the E96 series. I still believe the majority of use of this function will be for finding the closest 1% resistor values, so it's convenient not to worry with including the argument if that's the case. This if statement allows an input of 0. If 0, the function returns 0 and exits the function with no further calculation. There are a few instances where calculations result in 0 ohms per resistor, like in a voltage regulator when its desired output is minimum. Here are all the variables that need to be dimensioned. E-values is an array of doubles that has 193 values. The largest set of E-series values is E192, and the 193rd value is reserved for 10, as we stated earlier, is needed for a search. I is an integer that is the index used in the E-values array. The input power of 10 is an integer. The scaled input, although it ranges from 1 to 10, is dimensioned as a double for accuracy. R is the geometric regression common ratio, which is a double. Min_store is a variable used to store the minimum difference between the input value and all values in the array. It's a double as well. Closest scaled is a double and is the closest scaled number found in the applicable array. Val steps is an integer, which is a number of values in the applicable series. Next is to use case statements to determine what series argument is selected. Select case for the selected E-series argument first for E3. Set the value steps to 3. Then load the E-values array with the appropriate E-series values. Note the E3 has a fourth value of 10 that is used to search for high values that are closer to 10 than the value below it. This will be done for all series. Next is the E6 series. Val steps is 6. There are so many exceptions in these low series sets, I thought it was easier to manually load the array as opposed to calculating the values and then handling the exceptions. Next is the E12 series. Val steps is set to 12 and all other values are manually loaded. Same with the E24. Now starting with the E48 and above, I will calculate the values for the array. Val steps is set to 48. R, the common ratio for the geometric progression, is 10 raised to the power of 1 over val steps. Notice the number 10 is followed by the pound sign. This makes 10 a double precision. You will see this on all occurrences of the number 10 in these calculations. I'll fill the array with a for statement where I goes from 1 to val steps plus 1. Each value is r raised to the power of I minus 1, rounded to 2 decimal places. The 49th value will automatically be 10. The E96 series is done the same way. The E92 series is done the same way. Remember the crazy exception where the calculated value of 9.19 is 9.20 in the E192 series? This line manually sets the 186 value of the array to 9.2. The case else is used if no valid argument is detected. An error is raised and the function is exited. Now it's time to scale the input value. As I pointed out earlier, the variable input power of 10 is the integer of the log of the input value over the log of 10. Scaled input is the input value over 10 to the power of the input power of 10. This part of the code will wrap through the values array and test to see if the difference between the scaled input and array value is at a minimum. The minStore variable stores the difference between the scaled input and the values in the array. It keeps on getting stored as long as it's less than the previous one. It is seeded with a value of 11, which is higher than it could ever be during the search. The for statement goes from 1 to val steps plus 1. Val steps plus 1 is the array index that contains the value of 10. The difference is taken between the scaled input and the current value in the eValues array. The absolute value is used because we don't care about whether the difference is positive or negative. If that is less than the previous minStore, the new minStore is equal to the absolute value of that difference, and the closest scaled is made equal to the value in that array. Endif and nextI. If scaled input is centered between values, the code will return the next lower value. To return the next higher value, use less than or equal as shown here. Then set eSeries to return the closest scaled times 10 raised to the power of input power of 10. Then end function. Insert a Visual Basic module into the editor, then copy and paste the code into the module. Here's some examples using different arguments. This uses the text E24. You can't just use E24 without the quotes because that's a valid cell reference. Here it is using 10%. Typing 10% sends the number 0.1 into the argument. The text E192 is used here with a lowercase e for those that are too lazy to press the shift while typing. Here's an example with 5% as text. And finally, think of a capacitor value of 4.5 e to the minus 6 with a tolerance of 20%, which yields 4.7 microfarads. Thanks for watching. Please click the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content.